So out of respect for the member for Lingiari, she shall begin her question.
Thank you, Speaker. My question is to the Minister for the Environment and Water. How will workers protecting our environment benefit from the Albanese Labor government's tax cuts?
Give a call to the Minister for the Environment and Water.
Thanks so much, Mr Speaker. And the member for Lingiari is a proud Territorian, and I've visited some very beautiful parts of her electorate with her. She's also absolutely committed to seeing the people in Lingiari get a tax cut. She wants to see them earn more and keep more of what they earn, whereas those opposite want to see them work longer for less. In fact, in Lingiari, 43,000 taxpayers will benefit to an average of $1,621
Member for
a
Longman
year.
is warned.
Mr Speaker, in my portfolio there are many passionate Australians fighting to protect the environment.
The Minister will pause. She's less than 1 minute into her answer. I'm not quite sure because she's been directly relevant to the question. So I hope this isn't a point of order on relevance, because that's fine. But you're entitled to take the point of order. The member for Wentworth has the call.
Okay, thank you. It's point of order on Standing Order 75, which is irrelevance and tedious repetition. And the point is, I now know how the tax cuts are going to affect almost every constituency in this country and almost every sector of this community. Now, I think these tax cuts are important, but there are many other issues facing this country at the moment, and I think that they deserve to have that airing as well.
The order. The member is entitled to raise a point of order, but just as she is entitled to ask a question of her choice, any member of this parliament is able to ask a question of their choice. And out of respect for the member for Lingiari, she's entitled to ask the question of her choice. The Minister for the Environment and Water has the call.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. I really actually thought that the crossbench would be interested in what our hard-working environmental scientists are doing and how they're benefiting. Look, Australians love boating, camping and fishing. They love escaping into nature. We've got a government that will invest in nature and invest to support the people who are caring for nature.
Order.
We've doubled funding for our national parks, and that means in places like Kakadu, Indigenous rangers are able to do things like fix the missing croc warning signs that those opposite didn't replace. And that Indigenous ranger, on $77,000 a year, would get an extra $1,604 a year in their pocket because of our tax cuts. We doubled funding for the Australian Institute of Marine Science, saving 100 jobs in Townsville and growing another 100 jobs. Now, a scientist working there, every single one of those people will get a tax cut. The scientists that were looking after the handfish in Tasmania, taking them out of the Derwent River to protect them from warming waters, that scientist, ecologist, say earning $100,000 will receive a tax cut of $2,179. And I'm very happy to report to the House that the handfish are doing really well after Christmas. Mr Speaker, a plumber working in Antarctica on expedition down there in some of the harshest environment in the world, a plumber working down there on science, will receive a tax cut of about $3,729 a year on their $156,000 salary. Mr Speaker, you can count on Labor to invest to protect the environment, because we know that Australians who love their boating, camping and fishing want their natural environment to be there for their kids and their grandkids. And you can count on Labor to stand up for the people who are working to protect our environment.